What's up, everybody? Wildman Wess here, and this is What's Your Poison, where I try out beers from wherever I can get my thirsty little fingers on. With the Midwest weather being hot and cold, yes and no, and yada 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 yada, I hit my sweet tooth. My sweet tooth's acted up, and I wanted to have some dessert beers. And I've got 3 of them right here, and I'm going to try them out, and I'm going to let you know what I think about them. Alright, let's get started. Starting off our dessert lineup today from O'Fallon Brewing Company in St. Louis, Missouri, we have the Vanilla Wafer Cream Ale. This is 5.2% in ABV. As it is very self-explanatory, a cream ale, vanilla. And I'm going to pull out my Cobra bottle opener. Haven't used this in a while, and it shows. The hell with it. I'll just use my old reliable. I haven't had this one in a while, and I am excited. Let's just pour this in real quick. Ooh. Has a very nice golden color. The head consistency, very dissipated, and it's very similar to like a sour ale at times. I'm not sure. I haven't had this in my fridge for very long, so we'll see what happens. Let's take a smell. I'm getting a little bit of some vanilla. It's very light. I'm getting more of a barley slight malt on this. Here we go. The mouthfeel is a little bit more impressive than the smell. I am getting a little bit of vanilla in there. The malt is definitely overpowering that vanilla big time. It tastes slightly watered down. I'm not a big fan of this, but I'm not going to hate on it either. This is definitely one of those, if you're not a big fan of beer, but you want to try something that doesn't taste like beer completely, I would give this a one and done, if that. When it comes to my grade, I'm sorry, O'Fallon, I do love you, and I have enjoyed a lot of your beers. This one, I'm going to give a 2 3/4 out of 5. It's still somewhat of a passing grade. However, I'm just not feeling it. I'm not feeling it like I think I'm pretty sure I had this before. I'm drawing a blank, but I have had the other ones that they have with chocolate and strawberry, and those ones are very prevalent. The vanilla, very lackluster. Let's hope the next beer tastes a little bit better. Up next, we have a brewery that is no stranger to What's Your Poison. From Confluence Brewing in Des Moines, Iowa, we have the Strawberry Milkshake Stout. This is a 6.1% ABV milkshake stout, cream stout, mind you, with strawberries and vanilla. I grabbed this. I have not had it yet. They had a single can, and I didn't have the money to get the 4-pack at the time, so I kind of lucked out. Confluence has usually had very, very good beers in the past, especially when it comes to some of their stouts. And I'm hoping the same for this. And already pouring it in, I am getting a little bit, there's almost a redness to this, which is great because of the strawberries. Oh yeah, very, very strawberry on this one. Let's do the drive-by. I am getting somewhat of a cream, like a vanilla type, like a vanilla bean, which that is very nice. When it comes to stouts, usually there is some sort of chocolate flavor in there. Let's take one big sniff and see if we can get that note. Nope, not getting it. Maybe that chocolate's on the mouthfeel. Here we go. It tastes like a chocolate-covered strawberry with a hint of vanilla. Light in body for a 6.1%. I like it. The flavor does go away pretty quickly. However, the notes here are pretty good for the matter. It does somewhat remind me of what Energy City Brewing out in Batavia, Illinois does with a lot of their lineups with dessert beers. Oh man, I miss Energy City. I'm going to have to find some of that one of these days. But I digress. It's time to grade this one. I do appreciate what they did. This is definitely a one-and-done nightcap dessert beer. After you've come home from work from a long day and everybody's asleep and you just want to have just a quick fix and then go to bed. Grade-wise, I'm going to say 3 3/4 on this, mainly due to the fact that the flavor does dissipate on the back end of the mouthfeel. Not a horrible thing, but it is noticeable. in the end, it's still fairly decent. All right, one more to go. Are you ready, folks? I'm ready. Let's go drink it. Last up today from Seven Hills Brewing in Dubuque, Iowa, we have Purple Rain, Purple Rain. I'm glad they spelled it differently, otherwise they might be getting some phone calls from the estate of the artist formerly known as Prince, but I digress on this one. This is 6.4% in ABV. It is a sour ale with grape drink, that's what it says on the can, with cotton candy and lactose. Now, I know what some of you viewers that have been around the block for a while are probably thinking. Wes, you did a stout in the middle of this series. Why are you ending with a sour? Well, the last one had a 6.1% ABV and this one has 6.4%. You know how it goes. We go up the ladder on the ABV. I've had this one before. It's been a while. I would say it was fairly decent. I enjoyed it for the most part. When I saw on the can purple drink, I was just thinking to myself, purple drink. Is this like one of those Sunny D commercial type things? Oh, purple stuff. Oh, hey, Sunny D. Oh, hey, Purple Rain. Nice. Looking at this, it looks like grape soda. It does. Straight up. I like that. I can smell it already. That head consistency is frothy, slightly thick, dances. For a sour ale with this much head consistency, that's nice. Smelling the grape drink. I say grape drink, I know. I'm trying to keep a straight face on that one, but it is what it is. I am getting somewhat of a sugary aroma. I'm wondering if that is the cotton candy. Lactose is usually going to be more on the mouthfeel, where you get more of that sweetness and a little bit more of that smoothness. But here we go. When you're a clown, nobody takes you seriously. Honestly, you should take this one very seriously. This sour has a lot of grape flavor on the mouthfeel. Right on the front, on the back end, you do get a little bit of that sweetness, this kind of cotton candy texture, where you're kind of going, is there something stuck between my teeth? But still, very, very great. It's, delicious. Very delicious. I'm going to have one more. Yeah, flavor is amazing. However, with sour ales, depending on the flavors and the ABV, it can tend to feel a little bit bloated when you drink too much of this. That doesn't necessarily hit the grade too hard, however, it does enough. On this one, I'm going to say 4.5 out of 5 because it did live up to its name, it did not lie, and it does taste pretty good. So that's my story and I'm sticking to it. We hope you enjoyed this lineup on the dessert beers today. If you've had these before and you agree with me, leave a thumbs up. If not, I totally understand. If there are things that you liked that I didn't like, or vice versa, drop it in that comment section below. I'm interested to see what all of you have to say, because in this day and age with a lot of the negativity we have, especially with my movie reviews for Worst State of Movies, it gets pretty rough. But there is one thing I know for sure. We can always gather together and commiserate with a nice, tasty beverage. Apart from that, make sure you share on social media, but most importantly, you hit that subscribe button. Also, I want to give some shout outs to my boy Hefe at Beer You Beer Me, as well as Beard Wizard Man for all their beer related content, as well as the Blue Ribbon Lounge podcast. They've got a lot of great topics coming up on their podcast, some funny, some not so funny, and some that are just out of the blue. And I'm looking forward to seeing what they have next in store. Until then, I'm Wildman Wes, and we'll see you next time on What's Your Poison, or some of the other stuff we have here on Dragonfire Entertainment. Take care, and as always, cheers.
What's your poison? Let's drink it tonight. In the glow of the stars.